Hi everybody, let's begin section 3.2. We are going to solve quadratic equations. There are several methods. The first method is the factoring method. Let's look at example 1. It is a quadratic. There's an x squared term, there's an x term, there's a constant term, there's nothing illegal. My first step is I clear everything over to one side, leaving 0 on the other side. Why? And the reason is our familiar by now principle. If A times B equals 0, then A is 0 or B is 0, or both. So, if I could factor this thing using the techniques that we've messed with now for a couple of classes, I could apply the principle and solve the equation. So using the system that was shown to us in our book, which we went over in class, I multiply the x squared term by the constant term. In other words, I'm multiplying the two outside terms, if you like to use that word. I get minus 18 squared. Now, by the way, you'll notice in the book, if you're following along in example 1, they do not use the method. They just make some guesses and get the factorization. Well, guessing works sometimes, but when it's not working, you might guess for a long time and still not be sure of anything. At least this is a method which ends in a finite amount of time and lets you know, yeah, okay, it factors or it doesn't. Now, I observe that 9x times negative 2x gives me that minus 18x squared that I want. And 9x plus negative 2x equals 7x, which is my middle term. So this is the combination I want. I want to break up 7x this way. I'll break it up into 9x minus 2x. Then we group. To save a step, you can put it right there. But as soon as you can put the parentheses right there. But as soon as you put those parentheses behind that minus sign there, don't forget to do your sign change. Now we factor out as much as we can. Okay. Oops, that's not an equal sign, that is a minus sign. And because we did our work correctly, I see the same binomial in both terms here. That has to happen if we're doing our work correctly. I factored that binomial out, leaving me with 3x minus 2 as my other factor. Lo and behold, here's the principle. A times B equals 0. Okay, I know that if this is true, it's going to solve this equation, and if this is true, it would also solve the equation. On this side, I get x equals minus 3. Over here, I get 3x equals 2. I'll just put a little arrow. 3x equals 2, yes. And put a little arrow, divide each side by 3. And I get x equals 2/3. Now we can check The book does not show checks, but you can check